Hello, and we got another Fear the Walking Dead one. And today, I want to talk about that. Is it possible for Negan, when The Walking Dead ends, to kind of jump over to the Fear the Walking Dead boat and continue on from there? Before we start though, I want to clarify. This is not my idea, this is not made up. This is one of your lovely brains doing this, okay? You came up with the idea, you said it, and I was like, okay, I might run with this. And see what I put my opinion on it, okay? And see what they could do with him, okay? Look forward to see, like, what type of storyline could they do with him? Would it work? Would it not work? And my opinion, basically. So let's get right into this. So, with The Walking Dead ending, there's either two things that's going to happen to Negan. One, he's going to die, which I'm like 50% sure is going to happen, because there's like 4 main characters on the show. And I think 3 of them can't die. Daryl, Carol, and Maggie are all immortal. Negan's the only one that has a chance to die, so 50% sure the Negan will die. But in that other 50% that he survives, what would they do with him then? And he could go to Fear, like some people believe he could enter Fear, and it could work. There's already hints and a place for him in Fear, because Dwight and Sherry are there, and they spent a whole episode talking about him, okay? This could be a foreshadowing and lead up to Negan eventually joining Fear and becoming a cast member there. There are some issues, however, to this, okay? So let's talk about these issues. 1, Fear the Walking Dead takes place 8 years in the past. So how would they fix this? Well, we know there's going to be some time jumps in Season 7, and we have Baby Morgan, and you know, babies are not very good at staying babies for long, so they could have Season 7 be with Baby Morgan, and then for Season 8 they do a massive time jump so they can get Baby Morgan around the same age as Judith, so they can actually have a kind of Judith role on the show maybe. And with that time jump to kind of age up Baby Morgan so you don't have to worry about getting a new baby each season, Negan could then hop into the show because it's now at the same point as The Walking Dead. Another issue would be, how would you write into the story that Negan ended up in the same place as Morgan and Dwight and Sherry, okay? Like, 3 characters all ending up in Texas is a bit weird. And the way to write around this is, they leave Texas in Season 7 or 8. They leave Texas, okay? We know Texas is now a wasteland, and this basically apocalypse on top of apocalypse fallout, basically. So I'm thinking, Season 7 or 8, the Fear group leaves Texas and goes to a whole new part of America, and that's when they will find Negan, because Negan will be exiled or something like that near the end of Season 11 and leave off and kind of get his comic ending in a way. And with them being with both characters going to a brand new area, they're more likely to meet than Negan just kind of walking to Texas and finding everyone there. If, let's say, they go to maybe Mississippi or Tennessee, somewhere in the middle of America, we can get a whole new location, Midwest America, instead of the South, the East, or the West. We get Midwest America, and we can have both groups meet up again, and it would make more sense. Now we have established how Negan would end up on the Fear the Walking Dead, and it would make sense with a time jump and a change of location, so they're more likely to meet. What would Negan be doing on the show? Would he have a place on the show? Would he do anything interesting? Well, I don't know about interesting, but he would have a place. There's no, like, leaders there. And also, Negan gets a whole new start. Okay. With Strand taking more of a villain role, maybe, in Season 7 and 8. Maybe having his death. We need a new anti-hero on the show. Okay. And with... maybe there's no confirm or denial that Strand will be dead or alive, but with Strand maybe dying if he becomes full villain, Negan could take Strand's place of being the anti-hero of the show, and that would work. Okay, we have characters who know what Negan did before, and we have characters who don't, so we can give Negan a kind of a fresh start. Okay, but the one downside of all this is, I feel like taking Negan and put him in Fear with Dwight and Sherry will kind of restart his redemption arc all over again that we've had years on The Walking Dead doing, okay? They haven't seen Negan's redemption arc. We will see Negan on Fear. Dwight and Sherry knew him when he was an absolute dickhead and a villain, and we'd have to redo the arc all over again. It's like resetting Negan in a way, which I feel like is not a very good idea, to reset Negan, okay? Like, it would be like, okay, we've spent 3 years redeeming Negan, and now we're going to spend another 3 years until the end of Fear to do it all over again. He could do a Strand, become a Strand-like character if Strand left the show, but if Strand didn't leave the show, he kind of has nothing to do, he would just be there. So, yeah, it sounds like a good idea, but would it actually work for the show? It's more like a 50-50, okay? Yeah, he would, but he'd be kind of a Strand-like character, and we don't need 2 or more Strand-like characters, okay? Because it'd just be a kind of an imitation, and it would just be a whole new, like, retread of his arc. And I don't think it's worth the time to put Negan on the show, because it'd be taken away from characters from the show, like Strand, Daniel, and Alicia. If they bring Negan in, there's not going to be enough space for those 3 characters to shine again. We're already struggling with Daniel and Alicia to get screen time. If we put more Walking Dead characters in, Strand might suffer. And he's one of the only characters who's done well after the little reboot they did. So, I think it's possible. I think it could happen. But I don't think it's a good idea to do it. What do you think? Do you think it's a good idea to do this or not? Please tell me. I'd like to know what you think about Negan possibly joining Fear, or if it's a stupid idea. Please tell me, and talk to you guys later.